A very famous drag racing facility lies just outside of Petersburg, Virginia. Virginia Motorsports Park lies peacefully in the early morning. But it's about to erupt with the excitement of 8-mile drag racing action. Outlaws reaching speeds of nearly 200 miles per hour in just 660 feet. It's the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods on IDR in your face next. Hello again, race fans. Welcome to another edition of Inside Drag Racing. I'm your host, Ted Jones. This week, we're at Virginia Motorsports Park, just outside of Petersburg, Virginia. We're going to be covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod circuit presented by Carolina Precision Machine, owned by Steve Vick. Well, let's get things started, first of all, with a rookie who's qualifying very well and has won his first round of competition already. That is Todd Howard. Well, you slowed just a little bit in that first round.
Yeah, the track was a little hotter. We had to calm the car down, go down the racetrack, make sure we go A to B.
All right, well, you got that done, but now you get Franklin.
Yeah, he's a real tough competitor. He's got the advantage on this run, but I hope to be on the tree and be out in front by the time he takes off.
Well, you qualified about the same as he did.
I did, but with the air conditions, he's got a little more motor. He's got the nitrous. Hot air ain't that good in a blower, so.
All right, is Todd not driving at this event?
No, sir, he's just testing for Pro Extreme for the PDRA.
Okay, so you had to carry the flag for the Tutteros.
Yes, sir, I had to carry the flag for Mr. Wells and Glock Motorsports and Dad and the team and everybody back at home.
How did you decide to start this?
I've been around my dad. He's been running Pro Mods for 25 years, and he finally just gave me the opportunity between him and Mr. Wells to finally get in one and prove to him that I can do it.
You like it?
I love it. It's unexplainable. Just the power and the car, it's something I'd never imagined.
Well, Ty has to run the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod champion, Tommy Franklin. Tommy Franklin, you know, you could do well as a bracket racer. You ran the same identical ET that you qualified with.
We did, I tell you, it was a good run in the heat. We struggled a little bit yesterday in the heat, but we're trying to, sneak up on it. Don't want to get too aggressive. Racetrack's hot out here. They're doing a great job on it, but when it's hot, it's hot. So, we're doing our best with it, and just thank the Lord for what we got, man. I mean, the car was great. Pat Musi Racing Engine, Jerry Bickle race car, so everything's doing good.
You get the kid next round.
I do. Yep, I got Todd Howard, and I tell you, man, being a new racer, that boy's crazy good on the tree. Great kid, love racing him. Great family, so it's gonna be good.
It's youth and reflexes against age and experience.
That's right. I'm in the age category. You're right.
This Inside Drag Racing coverage of the Extreme Pro Mod action is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology, and by Carolina Precision Machine, quality, reassurance, reliable, and by Extreme Pro Mod, the best of Pro Mod racing. But in the number one qualifying position was a professional baseball player. We've had basketball players, professional boxers, a professional baseball player that switched over and decided to drive a Pro Mod. Qualified number one, Jay Cox. Jay Cox, well, we've had basketball players start to go racing. We've had a professional boxer that went racing. Now we got a baseball player. Why?
Baseball was something I always done growing up as a youngin', and Dad drag race, and I got done playing baseball. We got a race car and got into it, and I don't know, just had a passion for it like baseball. It's exciting.
Okay, did you know what happened to Charlie Carpenter in the first run?
Yeah, he's got an automatic in the car. He's always run a clutch, and he just got an automatic this first week here, and just the carburetors are a little too lean for that thing trying to come on the two-step, and we're working with him. He'll be all right. It's going to take some time to get that deal worked out of it.
Did you hurt anything?
No, I didn't hurt no. We swapped fuel injection on this thing this weekend. We went to a fuel tech. I'm real pleased with it. I just, I only got 5 passes on it, and I got a couple holes a little lean. It's getting a little hot, but I hadn't hurt nothing. It's been flawless so far.
Still out here pushing the old shoebox You sat there on the line. What did you think? There's a breakout?
It was me trying to use an automatic transmission for the first time in 42 years. As you know, I've always had a clutch. I've raced a clutch from the very early days of modified all the way through Pro Mod, and everything that we ever raced, we always had a clutch. And as they say, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I'm having a little problem learning myself driving and getting the car to react to it. It's a total different animal.
Why an automatic?
Well, the automatic seems like the way to go. You know, the only thing in the past, an automatic, was durability and converter slippage. Today's technology is taking care of that. And Jay Cox, I got to give him a big hand next door. He's been trying to help me out. He's been trying to help teach this old dog a new trick. So we've been getting some progress with it, but I need some more runs under my belt, but I think it shows a lot of promise.
A little information for you. You wonder what this thing is on the front of Charlie Carpenter's 55 Chevrolet. Well, the rules state the front end of the car can protrude no more than 45 inches from the center line of the front axle. Charlie's car doesn't do that. A dragster does many times. So therefore, this breaks the beam at the finish line to decide who wins. The light beam is broken. So Charlie would be giving up this amount if he didn't have this out on the front of the car. Jason Harris, the defending Pro Nitrous champion in PDRA, managed to pick up a first-round win, but he slowed down in doing it. Running 380s in qualifying, slowed to a 4. Did you hurt something?
No, just track was really hot. Track temperature got up, and we decided to lay off of it a little bit. Maybe it was the wrong thing to do. Stopped the tire a little bit, got out there and shook, but we pedaled it and got by the round. Got a little lucky. You know, Hoosier Tire's been with me a long time. The tire's working good, car's working good. We've had a good weekend this weekend, but you know, you need a little luck in drag racing, and I got a little bit that time.
Yeah, so you'll need to get back in the 80s because Roan ran a 391.
That's right. Chuck's a good friend of mine, and he went 91, but we got 80s in the car anytime we need it. Just, you got to get the conditions to meet the setup, and that's kind of what we're looking for right now.
So car's not hurt?
Car's not hurt. You know, everything's working good. Just, you know, we're coming out this weekend trying to get some laps on the car. We've got a new engine combination, so going A to B is a good step for us right now.
Time for the ARP Quarter Mile Quiz, brought to you by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology. This week's question, how many times do you purge the nitrous on a Pro Mod? The answer when we return after the break. For the answer to this week's ARP Quarter Mile Quiz, we turn to NHRA Pro Mod champion Ricky Smith. Bob from Cincinnati, Ohio writes in and wants to know, how many times do you purge the nitrous before you stage?
Well, it's not a certain amount of times. We go up there with bottle pressure at a certain amount. We always run it high so the driver can purge it down to where he wants it. So sometimes we may purge it twice. Sometimes you may purge it 5 or 6 times, but the whole thing about purging is to get the bottle pressure at the exact amount, because that's a big part of the tune-up on and tells you how much power you got in low gear.
So do you have a pressure gauge you're looking at?
Yep, we have 2 pressure gauges right in front of us on the dash, and that's what we go off of all the time is those pressure gauges. So that's the reason sometimes you see one guy purge a lot. It just so happens they got the bottle pressure probably way too high back in the staging lanes, and he had to get it down to where he wanted it.
Back at Virginia Motorsports Park, covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Modifies presented by Carolina Precision Machine and Steve Vick. Well, right now, Tyler Miller has his hands full. He's run a 390 in qualifying, 390 in the first round, and he's got to face the baseball player in the next round who ran a 386. Now, you qualify with a 390, and then you ran a 390. That would be okay, except you get the baseball player next round. He ran an 86.
Yeah, well, maybe we have to see if we can't put something on him on the tree, you know,
okay.
And see if maybe I can't get a whole shot on him and make him have to run me down and work for it, hopefully. He's a real good driver. He's been real competitive. Car works that he's got, you know, but we'll see if we can't turn this one up a little bit and maybe try to compensate for it at the whole shot.
So we talked to Jason Harris earlier in the show, who has Chuck Moan. Harris says he can crank out an 80 at any time. Wonder what Moan has to say about that. Chuck Mona, talk to Harris. He didn't run that well in the first round. Matter of fact, he was in the 4s. You were 390, but he said, nah, I got him covered. I can run an 80 anytime.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
So what are you going to do?
Well, he's going to have to put it down on the track today. I've been getting down. He's been struggling, having some problems, but if he wants to put one down, he can.
All right, so you think you can get him? Going to get him off the line?
I think we can get him. The motor's getting a little hurt right now, but I think we got enough life in it to get through this.
Now, one would think that Todd Howard is going to have a pretty easy run. After all, Harvey ran like a 5:15 in the first round of competition. But according to Howard, there is no easy run. Well, it should be an easy round. Harvey ran a 5.
Whatever. Harvey's one of the best out there, I'm telling you right now. He's gonna run his best run against me, and we got to get a mid-80 run. I'm telling you, he's tough.
Well, you ran an 88. Did you hurt anything?
No, didn't hurt anything. Very conservative. You know, we're gonna have to. He's not gonna give me nothing.
Well, he qualified in the 4s. You know he's gonna try and leave on you.
Yeah, I know. I expect a double bulb. He'll probably roll 2 on me, but that's fine.
When we return to Virginia Motorsports Park on Inside Drag Racing, we'll have the quarterfinal round. Stay tuned. Back at Virginia Motorsports Park on Inside Drag Racing, we're ready for 8th Mile Pro Mod action featuring Jay Cox and Tyler Miller. A Camaro against a Chevelle. Well, the Chevelle pre-stage is first. Cox taking his time, goes in quickly to stage, and a red light start right there off the line. Tyler trying to chop the tree down and get a whole shot start, and the tree caught him. Take a look at it one more time. There you can see clearly he left just a little too early. He went 0-1-6 red. Coming up next, the defending champion, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tommy Franklin. His opponent, as we told you earlier, the Galat-sponsored car of Ty Tutterow, son of famous Pro Mod racer Todd Tutterow. So Tommy Franklin will get the single run, tries to lay down a good ET to get lane choice, does so, a nice 388 at nearly 200 miles per hour. Next up, Chuck Moan's potent Camaro against the Pontiac Firebird of Jason Harris, who incidentally pre-stages first. Now Moan in, we'll watch for the other set of bulbs. Oh, Moan with a 008 light, chopped the tree down. This is going to be a good smoke coming out from both of them. Jason Harris picks up the win, a 391.7 to a 391.9. And our next pair will feature Travis Harvey against Todd Howard. Harvey, also known as the Carolina Kid, sponsored by Boone Racing. Todd Howard driving a beautiful new Mustang against a late model Camaro. Todd Howard had the better reaction time, 0.53 to a 0.72. Boy, really close race. Let's take one more look at it. Remember, in the 8th mile, here's how close it'll be, 394 to 393 with the reaction time. The win is 16 thousandths of a second. Well, let's visit with Tommy Franklin right now, who caught another lucky break as the rookie couldn't fire his car. He got a single. The bad news, though, is that he has to run the baseball player next round, who ran an identical 388.
Be easy on the racetrack, but I tell you, the racetrack was pretty tight. We were a little bit, behind on that one. Sucks Ty had a starter issue, couldn't get the car fired, but, it made it a little bit less stressful going into stage and beams. But we're just going to try to get another one here. We got Jay Cox next round, strong competitor. So we're going to take this Pat Musey, Jerry Bickle Camaro out there and try to get us another one.
Yeah, you ran an 88. So did Cox.
He did. We were 88.2, he was 88.5, so we get lane choice. So we're gonna go back out there and see what we can do.
Down here in the Cox Pit area, they're busy changing valve springs. Every valve spring on the motor apparently has some sort of problem. Charlie Buck, who built the motor, busy right now wrenching on it, trying to get it done. He ran a 388, which is what he needs to run with Franklin. But did the motor get hurt? Can they get it done in time? And we have weather threatening. Were you wired to the tree at 008?
Yeah, we've been pretty good on the tree this weekend.
No kidding, that's very good. Car slowed.
Yeah, well, we kind of hurt the motor a little bit. Yeah, going into the weekend. We've been running a lot of fuel and it kind of pinched a couple of ring lands. So, you know, we're trying to get the fuel right, you know. So we knew going into this round we were going to have to be really good on the tree just to make it happen. And
you were.
Jason's a great car, man. He's really fast. Last year's PDRA champion. So,
yeah,
you know, hey, we did the best we could.
Driver did his job.
Yeah.
Inside Drag Racing is brought to you by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology, and by Carolina Precision Machine, quality, reassurance, reliable, and by Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod, the best of Pro Mod racing. Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing, coming to you from Virginia Motorsports Park this week, brought to you by Carolina Precision Machine and Steve Vick. Well, we got teammates that are going to run each other, Jason Harris and Travis Harvey. Travis Harvey all of a sudden ran an 85. Where did that come from? Qualified in the 4s, then a 515, then a 385. Where'd that come from?
Well, we just been struggling all weekend, and we've been 370s before, and just this track threw us a curveball, and we couldn't get it figured out, and we moved some weight around, and now we got to run with my teammate, and hopefully, well, one of us going to the final, so that's a good thing, and hopefully I can get back down the track and maybe duplicate the 385 again.
Yeah, he ran a 91.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough race. Crew Chief Robert Hayes, he'll tune both cars up the same and let the drivers decide on the win light.
Well, before Harris and Harvey meet, we've got the other semifinal. Jay Cox, the baseball player, against this man, the defending champion, Tommy Franklin. Good green light start. Give the advantage there to Tommy Franklin, 036 to a 050, but Jay Cox drives around him, 378, low ET of the event thus far. Now that other semifinal round that we talked about. Jason Harris going up against Travis Harvey, the Firebird against the Camaro. Give the starting line advantage to Harris, 018 to a 029, but Travis Harvey drives around him. 381 at 197 beats out the slower 384. Just how close was it at the finish line? Right there. Setting up the final right now. Boy, those new valve springs really worked that Charlie Buck put in there. Let's talk to Charlie about it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty common, though. They get about 30 runs on them, and then the thing will break one every now and now. It's time that we have to put a whole set on it after this race.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, 78's pretty good. That's about that's actually what he put in it to go 78. Maybe it'll go 75 this run.
Just wondering about the final. It's got more, huh?
Oh yeah, I think it'll be 73 to 75. I think this round.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Charlie Buck says it'll go even quicker. Both of them shooting for mid-70s, which will be low ETs for the event. Here we go, finals time, after I check in very quickly with Jay Cox. Boy, car speeded up, huh?
Yeah, we. I had the 5th system. The ground wire was broke on the manifold, so we'd only been running 4 kits today at some point, and we found it, and Charlie fixed it for me. It made a little bit of a difference.
050 to an 036.
Yeah, it's tight. I mean, it's tight. I'll take a 50 any day from where I have been being, but yeah, it's tight. It's gonna be real tight. It's gonna be a good round right here against Travis.
Gotta get sharp for the final.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good run right here. Really good.
This sets up a great final between Travis Henry and Jay Cox. Travis Henry had a 029 reaction time in the semifinal. Jay Cox only had a 0.50. He looks like he's working on the car. Let's find out what he's doing. Okay, what are we doing? Are we changing injectors?
We actually tuning it up a little bit.
Oh, just tune it up.
Yeah, putting more horsepower in the engine. We're actually putting in one of the nitrous systems, we're making it bigger. We're stepping up for the finals.
Yeah, you probably need to. The 81 wasn't bad, though.
Well, 81 wasn't bad. Jay Cox ran good, but we got something for him in the finals.
All right. Now, you're going to have to cut a light. You know, he had you off the line with an 18.
Yeah. Well, if I can stay around 20, I'll be good. I don't want to get close to red lighting because red light, you know, you're giving it away. So.
All right, so you put more horsepower in it.
Yes, sir.
We'll see.
We'll see what it's going to do. I think we're shooting for about a 76.
A 76, oh boy, they're getting really fast out there. Well, we'll see what happens. Here we go right now. Finals time in the state of Virginia. The Carolina Kid. Sponsored by Boone Racing. Travis Harvey. Purging the Nitrous right there, going up against the baseball player, Jay Cox. Oh, very slow off the line. What happened? Travis Harvey with a 0.029 again, 381 for an ET. But boy, something went drastically wrong with Jay Cox. I mean, he sat through, he had a .380 reaction time. Okay, cut lights good all day. What happened?
This fuel injection deal a while ago when we shook, I pinched a couple wires under here. I'm pretty sure I pinched the wide open throttle on the TPS on the fuel injection, and it got a bad signal. So what happens when it loses signal, it shuts the fuel off for a second. And the car bogged. I stayed there till it come up, and then I let go. I mean, we had him, 75 in the heat. I mean, that's a bad boy.
Yeah, he ran a 4.
Yeah, I mean, we had him all day. I've been 50 on the tree all day. I can't seem to get that first win under my belt. I mean, I figure out every way in the world to lose. I got to figure out a way to win, you know? I feel bad for all my guys and Charlie. Everybody's worked hard. And man, I appreciate all my sponsors, Swisher Dynamic, Fuel Tech, One Alliance, Mark Mickey Converters, Marty Chance Converters, Charlie Buck, Bryant Crane Industrial. And we'll get them next time, man.
That's racing.
Yeah, we'll get them next time.
What a driving job.
It didn't go as planned, but we got the W. We got the win light.
I'm telling you, I thought you were going to lift. You were out of shape.
Well, I did lift, and I pedaled, and because I never saw him, and I know he should have been beside me. But I'm just driving it. It's a whole team effort.
You did a driving job, my friend.
Thank you. I'm just glad to be part of it.
And our congratulations go out to Travis Harvey, the Carolina Kid, on his win. $4,000 check he's picking up there in the winner's circle, and he won it with a 4.084. Who'd have thunk it? This is Ted Jones. So long, everyone.